What's up?
It is Earth Day, ladies and gentlemen, and we have something very exciting for Earth Day that has nothing to do.
No, absolutely
With
nothing
Earth
to do
Day.
with Earth Day. That's correct.
Except that you don't want to be second guessing the Earth. I don't know.
Take care of our planet, guys.
Take care of our planet. Now listen, official release today, worldwide on iHeartRadio, iHeartMedia, The Monsters in the Morning. We're about to do this. The new song, Second Guessin'. Tell me about it.
Oh God, second guessing's about a lot. I don't know. I guess it's just like second guessing any kind of, relationship you've been in. You know.
Can I give you my made up backstory for this song?
I'm actually really excited to hear this.
I don't know. We haven't talked about this.
No, we have not.
Okay, for some reason, we knew that. Well, first of all, are we allowed to tell them what the working title of this song was in the very beginning?
Oh.
Do you even remember?
I don't know if I do.
It was called Petty.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to write a song that was kind
I'm
of
nothing
petty.
if I'm not petty.
Yeah, so that's where we were going. But we knew when we first started writing it, we knew it was like a disco type song, like a dance song. So as we started, how we normally write is we'll come up with like a feel, like a groove, a musical idea that she likes. And we were kind of going down this road of this kind of disco thing. And then on the night that we wrote the track, I remember, I think you just said like, I'm second guessing your love. Like,
I think I genuinely just did that. I was like, ooh. And then
It was
like
cool.
you stopped and I'm like, am I in trouble? What did I do?
No, it was like a brilliant moment. Like it's a great concept. I'm second guessing your love. So usually what happens is we come up with the music first, and then we kind of separate and try to come up with lyrical ideas. Mm-hmm. And then I'll send her some stuff, and then she usually kind of edits and be like, no, I'll put my spin on it. So it's kind of a very collaborative process. But in the back of my mind, I had this idea, since it's a disco song.
Right.
I had an idea. There's a very old movie starring a famous dancer from the early 20th century called Fred Astaire. I don't know if you've ever heard of Fred Astaire. No. So he's a very famous dancer and movie star. He was in a lot of movies where he danced with ladies, and he was like kind of a ballroom, but he also did like tap dancing, all kinds of cool stuff.
Right.
So anyway, there was a movie that he made years and years ago called Easter Parade with Judy Garland.
Oh, Judy Garland.
Love Judy Garland.
My queen.
And yeah, so he did this movie with her, and the whole idea was he was a famous dancer with this girl, and he developed feelings for her. He thought they had a relationship, but in her mind, we're just dancing partners.
Right.
This is just business, whatever. And the whole plot of the beginning of the movie is she like totally moves to a new city because she has a better business opportunity, but it breaks his heart because he's like, I bought you flowers, I bought you a little.
I thought we were in love.
I thought we were in love
God,
because
you're my
when they
girl,
would
man.
dance together, there was such a chemistry that he developed these feelings, but she didn't. So this is kind of the opposite. What happens? I had in my mind a backstory of, since it's disco, that what if this happened in the reverse? What if, because you're an actor.
Yeah.
You're an actor, so
I dabble.
you do stuff. So I was kind of thinking, sometimes on a set, you could develop feelings for someone that you like co-star with or whatever.
Yeah.
So has that really happened?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it happens more often than not, especially because it's like the lines blur, especially if you're
Sure.
playing love interests.
Right.
The lines blur on whether or not, and then it's like sometimes you don't even actually think, like you look back and you're like, no, I didn't actually like them. I was just playing their love interest.
Right. So I know that happened on movies too.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking of, well, what if that happened with like dancing partners? Like what if they were in dance competitions and stuff? And so what if it happened like you develop feelings? And so that's where for me, the lines like spin me truth or let me go. Cause I literally was thinking, there's so many lines in the songs that are like Easter eggs about dancing. Every step we take is out of touch. Spin me truth. I had this idea of, sometimes a girl likes to be spun around, you know what I mean? But what if the guy doesn't mean it? What if all the chemistry is just on the dance floor and it's not in real life? So that was my kind of made up. I have to have like a story in my mind to come up with a song. So anyway, we never talked about this, but that's kind of the backstory of what.
And learn something new with you.
Yeah. So there's some cool stuff in there too. Like if you get a record, it's supposed to be like, do you know that kind of cool sound of an old record where it's kind of like crackly and poppy or whatever?
Yes.
It's not supposed to sound like that. If you have a pristine record and a really good needle, a really good stylus, It's supposed to sound pristine and pure. So those cracks and pops are actually imperfections in the record. We're going way deep with this thing, but
This is like super meta now.
this is super meta. But like the first line of the second verse is a vinyl crackle in your voice. You know what I mean? So there should be a clue, like something's
So
off.
if you're like in tune listening to those lyrics, you're gonna understand all the Easter eggs. that are-
Exactly. All the ones that were just in my brain, made up about a story about she had a dancing partner. Instead of an actress, she was a dancer. And
Hey, I mean,
listen,
I was brought up in dance.
were you
so-
really?
Yeah.
See, maybe I
brought
subconsciously
up in
remembered
that.
that.
I
didn't
did-
remember.
I did
But I
dance
know,
for, like,
like,
10 years.
I was gonna say, like, I've seen even on like America's Got Talent, like
Yeah.
like these kids that grew up doing ballroom.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever seen this famous clip, but there's like this girl and this guy, and they're like, "Oh, are you guys, kind of involved?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "No, we're not."
Oh, yeah.
Like, like
I've seen that.
Sometimes you get a little confused. The
Yeah.
dance floor under those neon lights and on
The,
the
the
mirrored floor.
lines blur real quick.
The
And you
lines blur.
mistake chemistry for like romantic chemistry all the time. It's like something that just naturally happens, I guess.
Hmm. So be careful out there, kids.
Watch out.
Just because someone's spinning you around doesn't mean they actually like you.
Just because you get along on stage does not mean you get along off stage.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
All right, worldwide release coming to you.